Hello, hello, hello. What's good, people? Welcome back to 20 Talk 20. I'm your host, B. And to my left, but I don't know where I'm at on her screen, Steph the Oracle. Steph, what's good?
What's up? Happy Wednesday, y'all.
And above her, pause, dirty. Dre, what it be, baby?
What's up, brother? What's up?
Technically, it's not a pause for them. So, anyway, Party J, aka Uncup Gem.
What's up, Ern? How we doing, brother?
That's a definitely pause.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
Welcome back.
Gotta say that. Yeah, welcome back. Technical
Oh, you talking
difficulties-
shit? Saying welcome back? Yo,
Technical
talking shit
difficulties
already.
have been solved.
We missed you, bro.
Oh my God, headache last week, but we back. We back in business, baby.
We're back in business.
Man. Dre said you didn't love us. You could have joined us on your phone.
Man, the computer wasn't working 2-3 times. Man, I was getting fed up. I said, I dropped the mic. I said, I'll see y'all next week. I couldn't deal with it no more. Messing with my head.
No,
I didn't break it.
anything,
No.
Okay.
I'm way past that. I learned about breaking controllers back
Did he
in the
crash,
day.
bro? Did he crash
cost
like
too
me?
much money. They cost
Gotta
too
be
much money to
crashing,
keep
bro.
buying.
Right, I was about to ask Steph if he crashed. I was like, don't
I was
crash,
like,
man.
I'll be crashing. I'll be bugging out.
Oh no, I can't.
You work too hard for you to crash just like that, man.
Nah.
Controllers are too expensive nowadays to throw.
Yep.
You ain't never lie, man. And tariffs, it's on pause, but all in due time. You're gonna see a major difference from what they say, right?
Yes, sir.
But how's everybody doing? Everybody feeling good?
Yeah, everybody good,
Alive
man.
and well.
Yeah,
Alive and well.
doing well on this hump day. Hump day.
Okay.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Yep.
It's hump day,
Mike.
thank God.
I love that commercial.
That commercial
I
kills
love
me.
that commercial.
Wait, what commercial is that?
You never seen that?
Oh
Huh.
man.
Oh, there you gotta pop up that commercial.
I don't know what company it's for, but it's a
I
camo.
think it was for an insurance company. Or
Yeah,
was it
it's
for...
a camo, and he just walks around the office, and he goes, he's talking to one of his coworkers, Mike. What day is it? Hump day.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh my God.
I love it.
So crazy.
Look, man, but I wish it could be a fantastic hump day. But from what Steph about to tell us and Dre about to tell us, when you get a chance to go to the movies to see a certain movie, it don't feel like a hump day. It feel like a Monday.
Bring your umbrella.
Yo.
So is it true, guys? Minecraft. Did people really crash?
Not hours theater.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll definitely come into that. But I it's
gotta
the
see the
clip.
commercial?
Yo, I can't. You gonna show the clip?
Dre said, I gotta pull up this commercial. Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah.
Have at it.
Let's see the classic.
Yo,
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to
It had to be God. It had to be
Geico.
God. Right, it had to be God. That's hilarious.
Yo, they had a whole bunch of good ones. Those two guys, when they had those two musicians doing those Geico commercials, they had a whole bunch of good
they
ones.
had a whole
Yeah.
bunch of them. Hell
They
yeah.
had a
They
whole bunch of
did.
good.
They did. I'm surprised they stopped, to be honest. You know what's funny? I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Noticed that they stopped.
They switched back to the Geico. They switched back to the Geico, I think.
To the gecko, yeah. Back to the gecko, yeah.
Oh, to the gecko. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you know who's still there? The Allstate guy, like his neighbor, Safe Farm.
Yeah, but they don't make no
Neighbors,
fucking
same
difference.
brothers.
Insurance is still expensive.
Yo, it is. It is, respectfully. It is. I've tried. You know what I mean?
I was like, what the duck?
No. It just has a lot going on. You know what I mean? But what we really want to get into is what's going on with. Matter of fact, pause that. Steph, before we start laughing and see what's going on while people are wilding out, where can they find us?
Absolutely. You know where? 20 Talk. We're here on Restream. You know, we're talking about all shows, music, movies, and pop culture and everything else and above. We are on Facebook. We're on X. We're on Threads. We're on YouTube. We're on IG. We're on Twitch, as well as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If there's a show that you want to talk about, you guys want to talk with us, you want to become a host, come and collaborate, let us know. Hit us up on IG. Keep up with us. 20 Talk 20 podcast, man. Stop playing.
Let's go.
You gotta pull
Let's
up
go.
those website. Come on now. You gotta get that link tree. You're gonna check out the latest episodes. You're gonna check out our pod page. Keep us updated, man. Come on.
Let's go. We're live right now everywhere. Shout out to everybody. So now, Minecraft was probably making a lot of money. Jay will let us know after. But before that, why is people crashing out? I've never seen this.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about this movie. I don't know nothing about Minecraft at all. What is
Okay.
it, first of all?
All right. So here's the phenomenon that I am trying to get into. So my children are big fanatic fans of Minecraft, right? So they've been playing this for God knows how long. Of how much money I've put into this between Roblox, Minecraft, and Fortnite. So Dirty and I have dropped money on these things, but
We're investors.
we're investors.
Monthly investors.
I don't know why we haven't invested into stocks. I don't know, but that's a story for another day. So
Not stocks, but definitely Minecraft.
yeah, I know for sure, right? So the whole phenomenon is that there are certain games and there are certain scenes that a lot of the kids resonate with, and they are fucking crashing. So because they can't help themselves because they're so excited about what's about to come up. So you see here we have the amazing Jack Black, and we have all these amazing stars here. So the kids really had a great time. So I think for us, I think we enjoyed seeing them have such a good time. But then that movie theater was rowdy. Whoa.
Yeah, and we got a forewarning too by the usher. He was like, "Listen, I'm letting you guys know. If you see anybody like what do you call it?
Going
like,
on top of each other's shoulders,
going on
playing
top of each other.
That's wild.
He was like, you see anybody throwing popcorn, anybody in the shoulders,
you videotaping, you come and
you
get us.
videotaping, you come to us, and we'll
I know
kick them
snitch.
out.
I know snitch. I would have helped. I would have been there with them.
Bro, that's what Dirty was saying.
I would have been there with them.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
So we come in with that warning. We're like, holy shit, they're setting us up for failure. Because when we started walking to the theater, there was 4 cops in front of the theater.
Yeah. So I'm like, why are they here? And then I forgot.
We didn't put 2 and 2 together. So I was like,
Okay.
what's going on? So there was a whole, like, the kids were asking, like, why are the cops here? I said, oh, I don't know, sweetheart. So we come in, and it's not busy at the theater. Because why? On a Tuesday. Thank you. Anyway, so it was like, we got the warning, we went in. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then
That's wild.
This really was what it was.
Yeah.
Like, I was really surprised by it.
That's crazy.
But then overall, after watching the movie, we had such a blast.
We had a
was
blast.
such a fun, I never played Minecraft, so I don't know what the whole origin story is, but it was just like a blast. We had so much fun. The movie was funny. It reminds me of like Super Mario Brothers when they remade it. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
It was
I
really
love
Jason
that.
Momoa and what's the name? Jack Black. Fantastic.
Good combo.
It was a great combo. It is
Great
such a
combo.
surprising combo of them two together. And
Okay.
the whole time you hear Jason Momoa screaming like a bitch the whole time. That just was making me
Every
cry.
time, hilarious.
Just to see that contrast from like Aquaman and then seeing him in the pink jacket, fucking crying like a girl the whole entire time, screaming. He sounded like the ghost. Like when they
Yeah.
scream, swear to God.
You're like, "Ah!"
He got hurt the
Yeah.
whole entire time. Jack Black, and that
Yeah.
man was getting knocked up.
Yeah, but
Okay.
overall, it got a lot of slack in reviews, but
Okay.
the money generator on this thing, it's insane right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's grossing insanely amount. Like it's I think it's up there right now.
And the thing, and the kids are loving it. The kids, they don't know how to act, and they are loving it. So,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed that the kids enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
We got the gist of it, but we had a blast. I was perfectly. I had my bar set low, and then
Uh-huh.
it was like unexpected. It was great.
Wow.
That's great.
Party J,
Yeah.
money talk.
Money talk. So currently it is sitting at 565 million total on a $150 million budget. So it is crushing it right now.
Wow.
It
The numbers say
made
otherwise.
it made opening weekend 313 million, surpassing Super Mario Brothers, which happens to also feature Jack Black. So
Yeah.
2 bangers for him.
Mhm.
And it's killing the game right now. It's on track, depending, because a lot of schools are out this weekend and stuff like that. So
Spring break.
it's on
Yeah.
track to get close to a bill. I don't know if it's gonna actually hit it. It might probably end up around like the $700 million mark if I was gonna take a quick guess, but it's still early in the movie. It's early in the movie. It's movie schedule, so it can be out for a while.
It is the 16th, right? So it's been out officially 12 weeks.
Yeah, it came out release date
April 4th. April 4th.
Oh, no, that's a $1 billion movie.
Yeah, so April 4th. So that's what 12 days. So it's not even 2 weeks. So
not even 2 weeks yet.
So it's on track. Movies tend to definitely fall off but
not
it's
this
the
one.
second highest grossing. It's gonna get there.
Not this one.
Like I said,
it's an easy movie to bring the kids to and just get money. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
we kind of knew that. We kind of knew that when we were first discussing going it in, if it would hit that $1 billion. And now that it's sitting at almost 600 right now, I can definitely see it making another 4 over the next, if it's at least in theaters for another 3 weeks, I would say, just to lead it right into the springtime, schedule of slate of movies. So
right.
And we talked about this before, where sometimes video game movies don't translate well on the screen, and this is one of those that it worked well. It worked so well. And I was pleasantly surprised. I went in there. Well, we both went in there with low expectations of the movie.
That's always the best
way
way
to
to
expect. Yeah, and then we were it had me laughing in my seat the whole night.
Really,
but you didn't know what it is, though, right? Because you said you never played it, so you didn't. You would have known. So you just said, "Let me just go." You and Steph, let me just go have a good time with the kids, because you don't know.
Basically,
the kids wanted to see it, and the kids know the whole storyline, so they know. So they were like, yes, and then all the different scenes that are coming up, they're like, oh my god, this character. I'm sitting next to my youngest, so he played the whole origin story. Oh, then Steve, you gonna see this guy, and I kept asking me, what does this guy do? What's his deal? Like did he even say a word? Does he even talk? No, he doesn't talk. That he doesn't talk. It was just funny.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, I was telling her, because she never realized, because I've been seeing this all over social media about the whole theater getting trashed, and then we told her that one of them had an actual chicken.
They had they do a raw chicken too, like a giant raw chicken.
Oh, they had a raw chicken. No,
they did both. They had both. They had both. They do a live chicken, and then another thing so they just do a giant raw chicken in the front of the movie theater. It's wild.
Wow.
So and this is what started the whole the police being there, and I have a clip.
Chicken jockey. That's very cool.
Chicken jockey, and that's the actual scene. Chicken jockey.
Nah, pull it up. I gotta see this, man.
That's hilarious.
Crazy. Like I don't know if they're officially bored or I don't know what to call it.
Yep, that's me. You're wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Guys, something is next.
We got the chicken.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Did they sneak the chicken in though?
Yeah, that's the best question to ask. How they get the chicken in there?
Well, usually they don't check. They only check for food. You have a backpack.
Where?
that's my food.
How did they sneak the chicken in? Check where? Like, was the bag like? Nah, it's just like the coat. Like what? How?
Bro,
They don't even check.
1 second, guys.
Don't check.
Inside job, bro. Inside job.
oh, it's an inside job. That would make the most sense.
Right?
But that was why it was smart wearing a mask too.
Right. Right. The other friend didn't wear a mask though.
The what?
The other friend didn't wear a mask. One guy wore a mask and the other friend didn't. So,
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably
But
sneaked it, though.
that,
Like, nah.
Yeah, she didn't realize it. That's all over social media.
I didn't
This whole
even realize
chicken
that.
thing.
Never seen it?
Never
Oh my god.
Never seen
Yeah,
it.
she didn't see it. Yeah, she didn't see it. And I showed her last night. She's like, "Oh my god, this is insane."
Tell you, look
And
at
then
the raw chicken. It's hilarious.
Man, I'm
And
just
then
glad
we-
everybody's okay at the end of the day. Because that's a lot, yo.
I wonder where that started from.
is a lot.
What made them do it's I
Right.
don't know. It's
Like,
crazy.
I think it was the hype. Had to be the hype.
So there's no
Had to be
chickens
that.
in Minecraft? There's not a
No, there
chicken-
is.
No, there is.
Oh, okay. So that's one of the reasons they said.
Yeah.
Bring
No,
the
but
life-
my thing is like when speaking about the scene, right? The kids were even asking me, "How do you get the chicken inside?" It's like I couldn't even answer that question if I wanted to. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, book bag.
Well,
How to beat a book bag.
A book bag, or some movie theaters, but probably along somewhere along the country. They don't even check anything. They just walk right in. Yeah, they just walk right in.
No, Ern was saying it's an inside job. I believe it.
I believe it.
Inside job.
Inside job.
I believe it.
One of the
One
workers.
of the workers, bro.
Put your tinfoil hats on. Inside job.
He walked to the back. He got the game. I can't
Open the back door like in high school. Open the back door.
100%. Like yo.
Manager is usually like 18 and
Meet me at this exit.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna give you the left, right, hit the elbow twice.
Right.
Good to go from this entrance right here.
Right.
Wink, wink.
Like
Yeah. I'll be working when you're at the door to rip your tickets. Just say chicken, and you're good to go. You know?
That's the cold word.
Lava. Was it lava chicken?
Yeah.
Yo, that's a lot though. But one thing for sure, this movie's gonna make $1 billion. Like 12 days, 500 million. That's another. So, like Party J said, it's gonna drop just a little bit, but think about the next biggest movie.
Yeah.
And I love so a big movie's coming out. It is Sinners, but there's another big movie coming out in 2 weeks, more or less. You know what I mean? In what's the movie called? The Accountant 2. That's I believe it's. But is it a big enough movie for them to say?
It's not gonna beat Minecraft.
I don't know.
No. I'm not worried about the money.
No, to take audience members away.
Right, for the week.
Oh, right.
I think it will.
So, and of course, we got to remember there's a lot of kids who's going to be out of school in the southern states in like for college in a few weeks as well.
Yeah.
So, might get a little bit more packed, but it's going to make $1 billion nonetheless.
Yeah, we'll revisit it. We'll revisit it in a few weeks. See if it tops it. See how close it comes.
Yeah. That's amazing. Could you imagine sitting back, like being young, sitting back and say, man, one day I want to write a movie. And then like 30 years later, the person who wrote this script for Minecraft probably was like, this is not the movie I really want to write, but this check is nuts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the whole thing, like Dirty was saying, like, I would have been part of that. I would have said, imagine me in that
theater, how epic that was. That's making me angry.
Right.
You also remember it's free refills of popcorn, so it's not like they're throwing the popcorn away and can't get another bucket. You know what I'm saying?
There it is. There it is.
But have one person get a bucket, get 3 bags, and just spread that up, go back and get another bucket, and you're good to go. You know?
Checkmate.
That's it.
It was. I mean, we had a great time. I'm glad everybody had a good time. I'm glad that it didn't get too rowdy because with the police were there. But they were talking when they were clapping. They were disrupted. They were tame.
Yeah, they were yelling. They were yelling.
Oh, they were doing what they do.
Yeah. These kids
chicken
like,
jockey.
they chicken jockey. Like every 20 minutes, chicken jockey. And you hear on the other side, shut up, put your hands together.
And that shut up was not going to be good enough.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So what I really want to know is, Stef and Dre. So you guys are not into the the video game or the whole concept of Minecraft. You went in blind. You finished watching the movie. What did you rate it?
I said 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Easily. Wow.
Easy.
Wow. I don't think Jack Black misses.
No, and I think that's what it was. I think he kind of pieced it together, held the cast together. But I would have to say Jason Momoa, he stuck out, and it was just
stole the show.
Yeah, he stole the show. I mean, me personally, I think he did. But it was you always wanted to root for him. He cried like 5 times in the fucking movie. I'm like, you bro. Like, I love it.
And to be fair, he does play Aquaman, but he's known as like a goofy person. So like, like now that we've seen like set photos of him as Lobo leaked out this past few days, like he's gonna play that wild, wacky character. Like that's who he is as a person, and that's who that character Lobo is as a character. So that's just his natural state, just being a wild, wacky person.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun. I would love to see more of it.
No,
they're coming out with the sequel. They're coming out with the sequel. So you stood for the after credits.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
So
I had to ask Stefan.
yeah.
I'm like, yo, who's that?
We should have had Stefan on this podcast.
I know.
That would have been
I'm
dope.
gonna go grab him. I'll go grab him.
Yeah, grab him. Grab him.
Hold on.
I want to listen. I want to hear.
Hold on.
I think Adrian has more of a chance of talking.
So go. I'll go grab him and I'll go grab him.
I'll grab. Oh, good.
Quick guest star appearance.
Oh, really?
Wait, I'm scared.
Oh, you're talking about the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's somebody else.
Go sit
Hey,
down.
you know what's funny? You know what's funny though?
He's so embarrassed.
No,
Oh.
we got nose. He's like,
Don't be embarrassed, man.
it's fine. We got nose.
They got
All right,
you,
we
Adrian?
tried.
You, Adrian?
What do you guys want me for?
Let's talk about Minecraft.
I heard. That's all I've been hearing when I was in the room.
Give me a quick 1 minute review.
Greg wants to know your 1 minute review of the movie.
Give me a 1 minute, man. Let me know.
Go. Go to the microphone. Go to the microphone. What do you mean?
Right here.
You sit down. You see your shirt.
Where is it? Is it in the chair?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I love it. This kid's hilarious. There he is.
Don't worry, we're pre-recording.
Yeah, don't worry. It's
worry about
recorded.
All right.
Hey.
What's good, bro?
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Talk to us real quick about Minecraft. Like,
All right, give me a 1 minute review. Let's go. What you got?
Can someone put a time?
I'm a count.
You want a timer?
No, I want to roll time myself.
Okay, ready, set, go.
So where do I start? No, I'm kidding. I thought the movie was pretty good. It was definitely entertaining, to say the least. That's what I was gonna say. Like, it was just not. It wasn't very boring. It was just parts of it I didn't expect. There were funny bits in it that I thought stood out a little bit, and all the characters were all funny. Even though one of them didn't really seem to have much on the plot.
Okay.
But who really cares? It's just a movie. But
okay.
I thought it was from like a kid perspective, it was entertaining. But from an adult, I can see why it can be a little bit much. But yeah.
How many times did you yell chicken jockey? And don't lie.
I never yelled it.
Nah,
The
you
theater
lying.
did.
You're lying. I know you did.
I lie.
Jay, when we got to the theater, he's like, I want to go home. I don't want to be in this crowd.
It was bad. The guy warned us, and he was just like, "You guys have heard of the chicken jockey thing, right?"
It was a lot. It was a lot
Thing happening.
So a scale,
And I
of
was
1 to 10, a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give it?
Well, Stefan gave it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
But I would say I'll be generous, like an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Solid.
That's
I
good.
wouldn't.
That's
I
solid.
would say 9 is like 5.
So
Maybe like an 8.5. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
what made you stay away from the 10 though? What made you say this is not a perfect movie?
1 out of 10.
1.
What would have made it a 10?
No, I said 1 out of 10.
Oh,
I feel like some of the stuff that wasn't really realistic to like what the game was, and there was just some stuff that just didn't make any sense. Like a main villain in a movie like that, in a game like that, it just didn't make sense to me. But like they were still. I know that majority of the movie was improv as well, so it was just like whatever. But it was funny though. So as long as it just made the most sense to the kids, I guess. But it's just fun. It was fun to watch. That's all. Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was more than a minute.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you
Good,
so
good
much.
job. Good job, Adrian. Good job, Adrian.
Ooh,
That was 3 minutes. Yeah, that was 3 minutes.
I came here for one thing. This is.
Steph said, okay, no more stealing my thunder.
My man get the air horn,
No
you
more
know.
stealing my thunder, sir. My seat was warm enough. But that was awesome, man. That's just good to know. That's just good to know that, because remember when we were kids, we had our movies back in the day. We had our between 14 and 17-year-old. We had our silly movies. Movies would be like, dude, where's my car? I went to see that movie.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Was it Final Dawn? Was the other one?
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
I'm trying to go back in my Rolodex. There's a move, but
Wait, what you guys call him?
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
Oh yeah, it just Ashton Kutcher. It just
I heard Kutcher, but
Kutcher. Like, who else Kutcher?
But yeah, it's so they got their silly movies. Because if you think about it, right, like at this age, if Dude, Where's My Car came out, I'm not there.
Nobody's gonna go. Like, these kids that nowadays don't even really like. It's probably boring to them, bro.
Yeah.
To us, it was hilarious.
It'll be like, what is this? Unless
That'll be a
they'll have to
Netflix
really,
movie.
really
It'll be a
high,
Netflix movie.
It goes straight to
Absolutely.
streaming.
Netflix movie for sure.
Oh man.
What they call it? Straight to DVD? No, straight to VHS.
No.
Yeah, straight to stream,
We're
straight to
dating us.
stream.
We're dating ourselves.
Streaming.
Like, one thing I have to add was this whole film was pretty much done in green screen.
Which is
But
wild.
but the amount of improvisation that was done for these scenes was hilarious. And for them, because usually you could tell. So like certain movies suck, and the perfect one was what is it? The Justice League that was all shot in green screen. That shit was trash.
Right. Which one?
Which one?
Not the Snyder cut, the other one.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
Oh yeah. Not the Zack Snyder cut. I was like, that shit was.
The first one was trash.
Snyder cut, yeah. Yeah, that's
everything was all green screen acting, and this was hilarious. This was freaking hilarious. For them to know exactly where they are, the movements, and the way the CGI was done.
It all goes down to the writing and to the director, the directors, man. They did amazing. The actors did amazing. The directors did amazing. The writers they were all amazing. So, good job on them. That we, for people that we're not familiar with the game. I'm familiar because my kids play it, but I wasn't aware about the stories. But to bring the story to life and to have them entertain it the way that they did, I'm super happy that they're doing their thing and everybody's winning.
Everybody's winning.
Everybody's
and
winning.
Those guys are really winning, man. I just got to go back to the fact that these guys, some of these guys, these writers are amazing with their pen. Like they got to come up, like your son said, he got to come up with an antagonist for the movie. There's no antagonist, but they had to make it happen. Nah, that's amazing work. That's amazing work. And it's gonna be $1 billion movie. I know I said that again. I had to say that for the third time. Jeez Louise, man. But look, there's so much to talk about for weeks to come. We're around the stage where big shows are coming back. Movies are getting worked, and but there's one show that everybody's talking about. It's back, and forgive me, guys, I'm not into the zombie life shows. When people ask me about it, I tell them, no, I don't watch this show.
How do you do it? How do you do it?
They look like they want to hook off. It's like,
he grabs his thumb buddy. He grabs his thumb buddy like this.
Grab your thunder buddy.
I wish I had a thunder buddy.
Grab your thunder buddy.
But no, the show that we're talking about is The Last of Us. Season 2, it is back. It is back. Woo-hoo! It is so real. Baby girl got a gun. Little mama got a gun. To let you know, yo, it's real. So if you could break down for me, let's start with Drake. Break down for me season 1, like towards the last episode, going into season 2. What was their breaking point where they say, look, season 2, you can tell it's gonna be insane? Are we at that point where we should greenlight season 3, 4, 5? Are we there yet?
It's gonna happen.
3's already
greenlit. So season 3 is right. Yeah, season 3 got greenlit before they even premiered. So they already announced it. But at the end of season 1, well, should we get a little backstory first of the game and then?
Go
with the game.
So the backstory takes place in an apocalyptic world where there's a fungal outbreak that's taken over the whole country. It's called cordyceps, and it is something that can actually really happen, but not in this much scale. But cordyceps is actually something that really exists. But the way they took it, it's pretty much as a fungal outbreak that kind of turns people into like this zombie state, and takes them from the inside, and then they turn into like this almost like like zombies.
Like a zombie state. Yeah,
zombie state. So the first season starts off with a character named Joel. In the beginning, his daughter dies. He's trying to escape this whole outbreak, and he lost his daughter in the beginning of the game. And so the whole point of him for the first part of the game is he part of the group Fireflies. Well, he's not part of the group, but he's helps them do these different tasks and missions. So the mission was for her to take this girl to deliver them to a lab so they could find a cure. But then he becomes attached to the girl, and then they just build this father-daughter relationship, and they have all these little trials and tribulations throughout the whole, trying to get to where they have to go, and then
Seattle.
Then it turns out that towards the end of the game, in order for her to save humanity, she has to go into under the knife and surgery because they have to study her, and she has the
Bro, she gotta die.
antidote because she got bitten and she didn't turn. So she's the only one in the whole world, the whole country, that never turned. But they don't know that until they see the bite on her hand, and she never turned into one of those zombies.
Okay, so she's the
now
cure.
the whole, it's like, well, she's the answer to the cure. If maybe we don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because her mother was bit while she was giving birth, so she was kind of born with natural immunity.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, she might not really be the cure then.
No.
She is the cure.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't know until they actually, in order for her to find a cure, they have to pretty much cut her open, take her brain, her spine. Like, was it what do you call stuff? When they tap into your bone marrow.
Bone marrow.
Yeah, when they tap into your spine and do all this research.
Bro,
She had to die in order
for them to be studied. That's it, bro.
Right. But
she
she
didn't know
that.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know that. She doesn't know that her part, she thought they were just probably going to take blood and that's it. But she doesn't know if she's going to die in order for her to save humanity. So Joe, at the end of season 1, is pretty much just like the game. To get to he finally realized what was happening. So then he's like, yo, I can't just let her do that to her. She needs to live. For her to have to live her own life, and they'll probably find another cure some other way. So he goes into the surgery room and just kills everybody and
murders
everybody.
He crashed out.
Everybody.
He crashed out. Yeah, he crashed out.
He
My man
like
crashed
20
out.
people. Murdered like 20 people just to get out.
Like 20, 30 heads, bro.
He said, "Not my stepdaughter."
Yeah, exactly.
Not stepdaughter.
Right.
Not my adopted daughter.
Right. And then the thing is like when you see that happening now from that transition from the end of season 1 to the beginning of season 2, it's just a big arc of change. Like he did all of this for her in the beginning, and then the beginning of the first episode, you're like, what the fuck happened?
It's literally the end of the first game. Pretty much exactly what it is. It starts off. It picks off exactly where it ended.
5-year gap. Yep.
5-year gap. Wow. So
Yeah.
now we're in an. Okay, go ahead, Dre. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No.
Just,
So, like I said, it's a 5-year gap. Before they get to the colony they were going, she asked them, "Was it worth it? Is it something you're holding back?" And he's like, "Yes." And he just basically just lied to her, say that they got raided and they had to take her or whatever. And he had to say
multiple other people with immunity.
Yeah.
She wasn't the only one. She wasn't the only one with the cure.
wow.
There's other people like her out there, and just straight up lie to her.
And she's still thinking this till this day, going into season 2.
Season 2, it starts off. She knows something is wrong. She knows that he's holding something. He's lying to her. But so now the whole 5 years she's been upset with him because he feels like he's holding back onto something that he's not telling her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's like she's what, 19 now or something. So now it's like it's a father-daughter relationship where she's growing up, where she's mad at her dad, and then the part 2 of the game, that's where she doesn't even get a chance to say how she feels about him, and then disaster strikes.
Yeah.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Like, so basically there's no other way, which probably there is, because for you to say, now we just gotta open you up just to see what we need and thank you in advance. Nah, there's some other way. But however,
she's the only known person, so it's like,
right. So everybody's crashing out. They're willing to risk, sacrifice one person for civilization again, to be normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Normalized, but they're not there yet. So now, Jay, take me into season 2.
Yeah, so
anybody new?
Yeah, so season 2, we're introduced to this new character named Abby, who's a big central focus of the second game. You see her backstory. You don't really get to know a lot of her backstory. You just know that someone of hers was killed personally. I think her father was killed. They say like in the beginning of the season, episode 1, she's burying her dad along with everybody else, with the hospital crew that died from the Wolves. They're known as the Wolves. That's their group affiliation and known as. So we don't really know what her father did or who he was. It gets explained as the game goes on. So the game 2 pretty much is it's 5 years after the first game, but there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of flashback scenes that you play. So there's a lot of scenes where you play as Ellie still, and there's a lot of scenes that you play with as Abby, and it goes back and forth, filling in those 5-year gap as the game progresses. So you get a lot more information on like why Ellie is mad at Joel. Does Joel finally tell Ellie what happened? Who's Abby's dad? What was his role in the whole situation? Why is she looking for revenge at Joel? You know, what is the outcome if Abby ever does find Joel? You know, what's gonna happen from there? And then that's where the game's pretty much central focus goes on. A lot of big key moments in the second game happen. There's one big key moment that progresses within the first like hour of the game. That's pretty vital to the entire story. We're not saying it. So
no. Hold on. You can spoil it.
We can say it.
No. I think the reason why we don't want to say anything because we don't want to spoil it for people who have seen it. But then for those people that have played the game, they already know. But then there's people that haven't seen the show yet, but they may not make the connection.
They'll be fine, Steph. We can spoil it.
Look, they destroyed
y'all may be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy.
They destroyed us with Game of Thrones back in the day. They spoiled us out of that, man. Nah.
Joe died. He died. He died.
My man got beaten with a golf club.
So it's gonna be interesting to see. Like I was watching some other creator online saying like if they're gonna actually change up how he dies, you know, because it's very brutal. Like because I just think back to how Walking Dead with Negan and the Bat, how like that one episode like kind of put a lot of people away from that show because it got too gory. So I think after that episode, a lot of people stopped watching the show a little bit because they got put off by that. So it's interesting to see if they go with the whole golf club into here. So one person said they might use a bat instead. Some person said they might just shoot him with a gun and stuff like that. So
it got to be true to the game.
I mean, listen, they got to do it if they have to do it. That's my opinion.
I mean, perfect example with Minecraft, they weren't really true to the game in all scenes, and yet it can still be successful.
That's different.
Yeah. This is different. Yeah, wait, it's a little bit, you know.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
But is the adaptation from the game to season 1 so far, like, is it perfect? Is it like, oh God, you guys are they doing the damn thing?
Season 1 was pretty on par with the game of how it was. Season 2, from the trailer that we get at the end of the episode, they add a lot of new stuff. Like Jackson gets kind of destroyed and kind of looks like gets taken over by a horde, as we see like at the end of the episode. Like in the game, they have to go around with gas masks whenever they get around like the spores, so they don't breathe it in and get infected. Whereas in the show, it's on through like we're getting bitten, but it's also like through the connective tissues like of the fungals, the roots and stuff like that. That's how they kind of like they kind of alert each other of like there's people here. Yeah, so. Jackson gets taken over in the TV show, which doesn't happen in the game. And we'll see how long they actually hold off on actually killing Joel. Me and Dirty both theorize that it might end up at the end of season 2. Like the season 2 ending might be the ending of that. Like you know how nowadays it's 9 episodes, so always like episode 8 is like that definitive episode. So you know Abby and Joel might run into each other at the end of 8, and shit just might go down, and then 9 might be like the ending episode where it happens, and then
which would be perfect.
Yeah, and then season 3 would be the whole second half of the game where it's just revenge, where you know it's Ellie trying to get revenge back on Abby for what has happened, and Abby's story of what happened, because you know the game is pretty interesting where it kind of makes you feel bad for Abby as well. Kind of
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
you know, like
you hate her at first. You hate her at first,
of course.
but then you make the end. You end
sympathize
up
with her.
loving her,
You empathize.
sympathizing, and then the fact that you know why she did what she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another spoiler alert: Abby's the one that kills Joel with the fucking golf club.
And a shotgun.
And a shotgun after.
No, she's swinging.
Yeah, a few swings and then boom.
Okay.
And the reason why, another spoiler alert, is because Abby's dad was one of the surgeons that was in the fucking hospital room.
The head
surgeon that was about to do the surgery. When Joe came in and blasted everybody.
That's why.
Style.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So,
Yeah,
it's like,
so she's out for blood.
We was gonna cut you into bits so we can save
Yeah.
ourselves.
it's like both girls are both the antagonist and the protagonist.
And the protagonist, yep.
Because at one point in the game, you as Abby have to fight Ellie, and then at one point in the game, you as Ellie have to fight Abby. So you fight both characters on both sides of the story, and it's weird how they make you kind of sympathize with her, and it's like that's a lot of things. A lot of people didn't like that. It was a big turnoff of the second game where they killed the main character Joel within the first 30 minutes. We're not with the first the game 2 is like 30 hours worth of gameplay. Joel's dead within the first hour of the game.
Damn.
Yeah.
If the first hour, if you're playing that shit, if you're speed running it, he's dead within the first 20 minutes, 15 minutes. So it was a big turn off. It turned off a lot of people from that game. It was a big controversy when that first came out. Like I remember when it first came out, there was screen leaks before the game even got released, like 2-3 days before that. It spoiled the game for a lot of people. Like I remember when that first came out. Like I don't have PlayStation, so I always watched Let's Play of people who actually have the game, and on Twitch I watch other people play the game. And a lot of people are like, we're not reading spoilers. We're not reading spoilers. A lot of shit came out. We're not saying yes. We're not saying no. Some people read it and just didn't comment on it, and commented on it after the actual scene played out. But but it's they said the first game is a game of love and the second game is a game of hate. So as the game progresses, and as you're probably going to see that within the next 2 seasons, there's going to be a lot of anger between characters just trying to get their revenge, and does getting revenge actually kill you? So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out as well, and yeah.
And it goes on. I mean, so the questions for you guys is, so who's the main character here?
It's going to be both of them. It's going to be Abby and it's going to be Ellie. And it's like Jay said, they got to remember the game. It's you're the character. They make you want to hate her, but then you end up sympathizing with her, and then the roles reverse. Because now Abby killed Joel. It was like a dad to Ellie. So now she's out for blood. so the roles reverse. So I'm gonna love to see how they switch up the storylines back and forth.
Right, you protecting me, but I gotta get you out of here. Like, nah, that's a lot, yo. That's a lot to digest.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
So for me, I'm hearing so I'm thinking about the other zombie movies or the shows in the past where they just got one. Fight the other. You know what I mean? And then now everybody's running fast because there's one who does the same exact way. They just, male or female or a kid, right? So now this one has more than one.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we have a few of those. So no, this sounds crazy to be like, yo, we got like 6 of us. What you trying to do? Give me a candy.
Be like, bro, come with your hand.
So Steph, break down the zombies, yo. Why is there 6 zombies, man?
So,
crazy.
As somebody that I haven't played the game, so I think Jay or Dirty would be best to handle the type of zombies. But I know in the first episode in season 2, I was introduced to a new character that I was not aware of as a zombie. So for me, we see them in the beginning. They're up and about, they're running, whatever. But this one in the first episode, they were looking smart. I was like, I didn't see that in the first 6 seasons. Yo, bitches is hiding.
Yep.
Their eyes are open. They're not covered. And I was like, oh, this bitch is thinking.
Yeah, because everything they're susceptible to sound. So as soon as you hear like a sound, they go to where that sound is.
Right, but they were blind.
No light, nothing.
They were blind in the first season.
Yeah,
so
but this one with this chick was different.
Yeah, my eyes were open. I was like,
Yep.
she fucking smart.
Steph is stupid.
I wasn't ready for that.
She was creepy for sure.
She was
Especially being, when they ever make like a little girl like that, like always like a little creepy thing, it's always pretty cool. So it's pretty cool. Dirty, you want to do the zombies or you want me to do them?
You can do them. I'll just chime in.
Got you. It's cool. So like I said, like Steph was saying, in the first game we pretty much just see runners, which are the classic ones that we see just running around and getting and everything. And then we see the clickers, which is the one that, as she was saying, we're blind, that go by off of sounds. Yeah.
They click.
Okay.
Like sonar, like the sonar.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we get a quick glimpse at a bloater. I think it was like episode 8. I think we get a bloater, which is like
I think he explodes. He gets bigger and explodes.
He's like a big dude, strong, runs at you, super strength and stuff like that. So we get a quick shot at him, and then you see like a horde. A horde is just pretty much just a giant running group of runners. So they
hold on, Jay, hold on.
Yeah.
Because I might have to go watching this joint. Wait, let's go back to the bloater.
Yeah. So bloater is just like, think of like a 7-foot tall giant zombie that's just super strong and just runs at you, and it's just a big monster, just like and it's super strong, and it takes a lot to put down. Like in a game, you have to like pump bullets in this. It's not easily killable with like, 'cause I know they try to shoot like assault rifles or like ARs at that gun at the zombie, and it just doesn't get put down. You have to like need explosives and stuff like that. Yeah,
there you go.
There he is.
Ew.
The one he's coming out the fire right there. That one right there.
That's the one. That's the scene.
Yeah, that's the scene where he comes out the ground, and that's when the horde comes out as well, and affects them. So those are some of the first ones. We see a lot more bloaters in the second game too, so it'll be interesting to see if how many more they incorporate. Some of the new ones that they haven't shown yet is a shambler. A shambler is one of the it's an acid spitting one. So it's one that pretty much spits acid. Could literally take like parts of his body and like throw him like acid grenades and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. You see a few of those in the second game, and then like at one point Abby fights, which as I was looking it up, I didn't know what it was named because it was never really called in the game, but it's called the Rat King. I looked it up. That's the name of and it's pretty much see if it comes. It's pretty much a combination of like all that first one. She pretty much fights this giant monstrous combination of every single one. So it's like a bloater, it's like a clicker, a stalker, everything all into one giant mess. And it's interesting to see if they actually incorporate that into the show and how they. I mean, I assume so because it's kind of a big zombie that she has to take down to get. I think she was trying to get medicine to help cure somebody, so she had to sneak back into the hospital, and then this thing's in her way, distracting her, preventing her from getting it. So I'm pretty sure they'll play it, and that'll probably be a season 3 person, so I probably won't see that for a while. But yeah, so those are the main 7 types of zombies we have: runners, stalkers, clickers, bloaters, shamblers, horde, and then the Rat King itself at the end. So it'll be interesting to see how much of each different type of zombie we see this season. This season, I'm pretty sure bloaters will probably be big ones, horde, and then we'll see how many acid shamblers, if they actually incorporate them, would be here. So it's setting up to be pretty good. They're breaking up the second game, like we said, into 2 seasons to fully expand the story and really put those 5-year backstory that we skip over in the first part of the game into light. Yeah.
So it's like so 5 years passed. So they still kept the same characters for the ladies, right?
Like voice wise?
No. I'm talking about not in the game, but
yeah.
They look the age from
movie
14,
magic.
She's a little older.
Yeah. Nice little movie magic. She got a tattoo now. Dresses a little bit different. Stuff like that. So they did certain things to age her up and stuff like that. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that because House of Dragons, they did that. Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
First season, the first 2 episodes, and it's like 8 years later or something like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, okay. So, man.
Yeah.
But this is crazy. Like, so I'm looking at when Dirty was showing the bloaters, looked like a really hideous antibody. Like,
Yo, I love that.
It's disgusting, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
no
you know,
fucking cure. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Shit will
God.
kill you.
But there's so much more to this. So let me ask you this: like, do you think we're gonna see any more new zombies moving forward? Is there other ones besides these 1, 2, 3?
No, I think those are all it.
Yeah, those are all the
Those are all
ones. Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, we might see them. We might see more bloaters and shamblers this season. Like the shamblers might be the new like zombie that they show. Like, 'cause they show
Okay.
bloaters just for that one quick episode, that one quick scene. So they might, show more. But I'm pretty sure the shamblers will be the new zombie this season, and then maybe the Rat King next season.
Do you think it was just too expensive to be like, yo, we got 9 episodes. Let's show like another quick 10 bloaters all at the same time? He thinks it's too expensive, right? That's
Could
what I'm
be.
thinking.
Yeah, it could be for sure. When they take over Jackson, you never know. Like, because the horde is encompassed with runners and bloaters, so you never know when they actually take over. Then because we don't know, because it doesn't happen in the game. So in the show, in the preview, it looked like they destroyed the whole town. So we don't even know what's going to happen or how it's going to go down. So
wow,
it'll be interesting. Yeah.
And I think that's a great thing, because I think they had a little bit of liberty to see like kind of like should we go? Should we divert from the game, or should we kind of like stay the course? But I think that's all part of movie magic. If you have that flexibility and if it works for the storyline, I mean, hey, why not? Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, yeah, I was about to say, it's so here's the thing, right? While we're talking, Jay, if you can, I don't know how much the budget is for the game. For the game, for the show. But nowadays, these budgets are crazy for any show, right? So I wonder how much the budget is for this, for them to say, yo, let's divert from the game. Let's just go crazy now. Like, you're
175, $715
million.
$715 million.
Yeah, they're gonna make more. Gonna make more antibodies.
Wait a minute. How much was Game of Thrones?
A lot.
A lot.
Game of Thrones was ridiculously a lot. But
I'm sorry. That was the first. The first one was 715. This second one's only 220. It might be the video game. Let me put season 2. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just crazy. And you know what makes it crazy stuff? Like, because remember Game of Thrones, they said, and I'm not talking about House of Dragon, I'm talking about Game of Thrones only. They said, yo, how much more money do you need? We'll give it to you.
Right.
They refer to the writer, like,
if the show is successful, we'll throw money at you. You know what I mean? And to see it reign for so long and to maintain that popularity and having it, to be a classic. And now that they're, doing the prequels now and they're growing, why not?
So season 2 episodes, 10 million per episode.
Yeah.
So we're getting 9, so 90 million, 100 million.
Yeah.
100 million.
Yeah.
It's like some change.
It's probably like a normal budget.
Yeah, it says with 9 episodes to produce, the leases with $10 million per episode on a budget higher than seasons 1 through 5 of Game of Thrones.
So imagine Game of Thrones. When did that come out? 2008 or something like that? 2010? Something, give or take, maybe 12. So I'm just saying, maybe 2012 to 2018 it finished. Imagine it came out now.
With
They'd
inflation?
be like, yo, I got this idea, but I need $1 billion.
Yeah.
With inflation?
But the final season of Game of Thrones was 50 million per episode. So the budget went up.
But I can't get mad at it because it was great up until that last episode. Well,
the show we will not name.
I know we were very upset the way it ended, but it ended. What are you gonna do about it?
It was like, yeah, my hubby killed me. It's like, wait, what? Like, nah. But anyway, look, I think this show. So I'm just guessing, right? Again, do me a favor, by the way. Whenever they kill Joe, let me know. I'll watch that episode.
Got you.
To see how that goes down.
I have the season, the game version. That you want to see it real quick? There's like a quick.
No. I want to see it live because I love the actor who plays Joe Pascal, and I know
Pedro
Pedro
Oh, yeah.
Pascal.
I know he's like, well, yeah, lucky I got like other stuff to do, so do what you need to do.
Apparently, he got
You know
paid.
what I mean?
He got paid a pretty good penny for this, 6.4 mil for this movie. For this,
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, he a beast.
yeah,
He a
yeah,
beast.
yeah.
You know, I don't think he misses either when it comes to movies. Like, I haven't seen it yet.
He was
You
in
know,
Game of
somebody will
Thrones
let me know.
too.
Huh?
He was in
He
Game
was
of
in Game
Thrones.
of Thrones.
Fucking head smashed in.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah, when he was an idiot. Yeah, but you know, so
Talking too much, got himself killed.
yeah, but I think
Again.
Yo,
definitely did. Literally. No, literally. It was
Literally
like
again.
get it over with. You know what I mean? But I think this is gonna be another. I think they might go to maybe 6 seasons, and the reason I say that, I've seen the other I never watched it, but the other zombie shows, and they did like
Doritos?
I believe 9 to 10 seasons. There's a point where somebody said, "Okay, you can stop now."
Oh, The
They
Walking
just kept
Dead?
going. Yeah, The
Yeah.
Walking Dead, and then they
Well,
did
The Walking Dead is so many comics. I think there's over like 200 comics, I think.
Yeah.
And I
okay.
stopped reading at like 90 something because I was like, everything was getting repetitive. I was like, and I always wanted to see how it would translate on the show. And pretty much seasons 1 to 3 was like all the way up to like, I think comic 100 and something, I think.
Okay, so where do you think that? So you guys are familiar with the game. You played the game. You ended the game. Where do you think? How many seasons you could say? If you're guessing, you could say you're enough. Don't ruin it. We're good at season.
I say 3. I say
Yeah.
3 unless they come out with a new game.
Seasons? That's not gonna happen.
No, but there's
It
no.
is. It is.
Yeah.
gonna pass
There's no story. There's no story after that.
There's no story.
Unless they keep the they go the Game of Thrones route and they just make up the last 2 seasons of wherever
And
after
they
the books,
Right after the books. Yeah, there's gonna be 4 seasons because these shows. It takes a lot.
I
4
don't
seasons
know.
to get to residuals. They're not gonna stop at 3 guys.
It'll be one of those shows where it'll be like there's enough story to do a lot, but like it'll turn to a point where like it'll be so much filler episodes that people are gonna get uninterested. Yeah, we're
Show me the
uninterested.
end of the game. Show me the end of the game. I want to, as a video game enthusiast, I want to see the end. I don't want to just drag it along.
Like game 2 is 30 hours of gameplay. So you say you roughly have 2 seasons of 9 episodes, which are probably roughly around 20 hours.
20 hours.
So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could 21 hours. I'm pretty sure you could cut 9 hours of like just going around the game and like looking for stuff.
Okay.
So it's like, I'm pretty sure two more seasons is it.
It's enough. It's enough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. But remember, 5 years later, there's gonna be a writer there that says, "Let's go here." I know it's gonna be. Somebody's gonna probably. I ain't gonna say ruin it because I don't want to jinx nobody and say they might ruin the situation because this thing will be 3 seasons. But somebody's gonna say, we need to like go to 4 or 5 seasons. Find a way to get this done. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting. But in your opinion, fellas, 3 seasons and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like
You
that's
guys
probably
are
the
good. Game's clean.
yeah.
That's it. Unless they come out with a new game to kind of extend the popularity of HBO's show, I don't see it happening after 3.
Wow. This is gonna be interesting, man. Like really, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Okay, so I want to know. I mean, there's so much to know. So you got Abby, you got Ellie.
Yeah, we got Abby.
Where's the other characters at surrounding them? Like, what's another main character that you like? Oh, we need you here to finish the season, or is it them two in the video game and everybody else get bitten, dies, or?
No, the focal point is just them two.
Yeah, so you have
they're looking for each other. The whole point of the game
Joe's
is like
brother,
they're both looking for
too.
Oh,
Joe's brother too is a big. Joe's brother is a big character as well in the second game. Not really like a main character, but like a main side character. Then you have oh my god, what's the name? Jesse and Dina are another 2 main side characters. So it's like that. Ellie has Abby on her side has Owen and what is it? Melissa. I can't remember the other girl's name because she's stuck within she's stuck like in a love triangle on her end on her side.
But of
So
course,
yeah.
somebody
So
has to get laid.
Yeah. On a
Yeah.
boat. She's
Right.
she's the sneaky link too. That's the crazy thing.
Okay, she's a sneaky one.
Yeah. And,
During the zombie.
yeah, she is.
Like,
She really is. It's wild. And with the wife that's pregnant, that's crazy.
Oh man, that's
So it's wild. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's.
I know we're getting chased by zombies and floaters, but wifey acting up.
Yeah, like we need to go handle that.
Like, that's too much, yo.
Yeah,
that's too much, man.
But I think that's what happens when you are introduced to a show like this. That it's following a game. It gets very interesting to see how the plot's going to change, how it's going to relate into the story, how will the seasons end, how will they begin. So I think it's a lot of an introduction to that. So like, I definitely want to give a shout out to like the people that are involved into the show. Definitely the voice players. Because the only reason why I knew about one of them was because of Ellie's mom. Because I recognized her from Jesus Christ from the show
Growing Pains.
And I was like, and I looked at him, I was like, who the fuck is this? And I'm like, I didn't realize that. I didn't put two and two together.
Chrissy Seaver.
Chrissy,
yeah.
Ashley Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah, man. She was so great. She was great.
Yeah. So she voices Ellie, but then she winds up playing her mom on the show, which is pretty cool. At the end of she's only in one episode at the end of the last season, and it's pretty cool how her circle's kind of full story. Like she plays Ellie in the game, but in the TV show she plays her mom, which is pretty cool.
Okay. 83 baby.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And of course,
they need to do more of that too. By the way, like for those video games, you guys mentioned that they take the voices and now that's pretty damn cool, yo. Because I'm thinking about movies like somebody is writing Dragon Ball Z over, right? Because that other one never counted. Nobody counted that one.
Evolution or whatever it was. No.
Right. So I already know somebody saying, "Yo, we need Goku's and Vegeta's voice some way, somehow, in a live action movie. However we're gonna do it, get it done."
It's one of those where I don't want it. I don't want it to happen.
You wouldn't want that?
Not live action.
You wouldn't want the movie to happen at all?
No, not live action. Don't give me a live action of that at all. I keep it the anime. It's not gonna translate well because the way they move around and shoot blast. I don't know if it's gonna I don't know if it's gonna translate well, and it's one of those where it's like they're coming out with Zelda now. They're coming out with Zelda. I think next year live action.
You can't fuck that up.
No, but it's for sure you can. But the only thing is that what game are they choosing? What game are they choosing?
Right.
How they're gonna tell it because there's so much story.
There's so much story.
It's so much story. It's like 20 games and it's still like the same timeline. They get split, they get resplit again, and it's like then it loops back around to the beginning. Like Zelda's a pretty big convoluted story if you don't know all the games and play them all. So it's like it's gonna be interesting to see. It's one of those where I'm gonna hold off until I actually see a trailer and go watch it and I'm gonna be very precautious when I go to watch that movie. It's one of those where I wish it was. It's one of those where I wish it was a Netflix series like they did The Witcher. Like that's a banger for a series. You can make that into a 3 or 4 series show and it's money. That's gonna be a money maker. But they want to go movie route. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. So, but yeah.
But that's is easy because, like you said, it can't translate the way Dragon Ball Z might not be able to translate the way they wanted to. They so the first one they went to the kids and thought it was gonna be cool.
Yeah.
So think about this, guys. Think about this real quick before we leave. Right, James Cameron. He talked about Avatar. We made the first one. He said he had a vision that somebody's making this type of camera, right? This whole CGI movement. Now, see what CGI, he's waiting for it.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yep.
He had to wait for it. He had the script already. For years, he had to wait for this vision to come alive. That's crazy.
Yep. He waited for the technology to get to where he wanted to be.
Exactly. So Dragon Ball Z could happen again, Dirty just said it. Give me a good story.
Yeah.
Don't just literally grab it just like that from Dragon Ball Z and say, yeah, at the end, all right, Sharon, like I need you to bring my wife back, my son, because hold on.
Just to circle back on a few episodes ago, I don't want it to turn out to be a Powerpuff Girls thing, you know? Like I don't want to.
Come on, you know they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare.
No, for sure, nah.
What the
And you know those actors who did the Powerpuff Girls, my actors we saw, you know they cut them a quick check just to say, all right.
Oh yeah. They did.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh God,
yeah. Like we said before,
so coming out for The Last of Us.
It comes out. You said when it comes out?
Yeah,
It comes out on
every Sunday. Yep.
9 p.m.
Excellent.
But I mean,
you got to give it credit for it's being true to the game.
Yeah,
they're recreating these scenes like crazy. You know, like and as a fan, this is what we want to see.
Yeah,
recreate. Give me a great storyline. Yeah. Recreate them to not exactly, but almost 90%.
Yeah.
With creativity.
And I also want to shout out. I know we mentioned Ashley Johnson, but we also got to shout out Troy Baker, who plays Joel, voices Joel on the show. He's a big voice actor guy. He played Batman. He plays Bruce Banner. He played the Joker. He's a big voice actor guy. He played Greg in the first season, who gets chopped in the neck with a butcher. But we'd be remiss to mention Ashley Johnson and not Troy Baker, who's one of the goats of the voice acting industry right now. So just want to shout him out
for sure. Yeah, and you can't go wrong. You know, for me as a new fan, I've seen Dirty play, but as a new fan, like I'm really interested to see how the game plays out. So I'm super excited for the remaining of the season. You know, seeing how things play, and I'm excited. I'm happy to see it. I'm like, let's go.
Can't wait! Can't wait, man. So season 2, The Last of Us, is probably gonna break a whole lot of numbers. It's probably gonna be 40 million people, 48 million people viewing it. You know, you just can't go wrong with these shows, especially when the first season just hits beautifully, just skyrockets. You know, this thing, when the first season finished, I mean, these actors were everywhere. I mean, heavy, everywhere. I think Pascal got a cologne commercial, I believe. Like, that's when you know you made it, when you got cologne commercial.
Yeah, for sure. Or underwear. For guys, it's cologne or underwear.
Right.
Savage.
Aqua de Joe,
But when you really made it in the movie world, like, well, I don't want to say every big movie star, but when you're making it and it's really happening, when you got a couple of things, cologne or perfume, and of course SNL at least 4 times within like 12 years. Yeah. When you host it like a good 3 or 4 times, it's like, oh yeah, you made it, y'all. Like they want you back. Yeah.
They say he's holding the industry up.
Yeah.
He's holding it on his shoulders.
Yeah, he's holding the industry on his shoulders with everything that he comes out with.
I mean, listen, he's coming out. We're gonna see him in a like a month or so in Fantastic Four. So,
oh my God, Jesus Christ! I forgot to mention that.
Hopefully, that's we're waiting on that to quote unquote kind of save the MCU. So
right.
We'll see.
What did you call it before? What'd you call it before?
What do you mean?
Mediocre. That's what you called it before.
Wait, what's mediocre?
No. Jay was talking shit the last time. He was
about what?
About the mediocre MCU.
Mediocre MCU. Yeah, that's right. Right now it's the mediocre MCU. So him and the Fantastic Four are. I mean, that's what it is. It starts off with Thunderbolts, which comes out first, and then Fantastic Four. Those are the movies that are supposed to kind of right the ship. So
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, remains to be seen, man. God willing, Fantastic Four plays out really well. CGI and all of that good stuff. So listen, Steph, before we leave, again, let the good people know where can they find us moving forward.
Of course. Guys, if you have enjoyed your episode today, guys, remember, you're going to find us live on Tuesdays. I know for the last couple of weeks we've been doing it on Wednesday, because life is lifing and all good things. But catch us on next week. We're going to be on Tuesday. We're going to be on Facebook. We're going to be on Twitch. We're going to be on IG. You're going to find us on Apple, on Spotify. We're on all the socials. You don't forget, follow us and like us on Instagram. If you want to be a host, you want to collaborate, you got some ideas, let us know. Hit us up on IG. If you want to find on our website, find us on our link tree and our pod page. You can definitely find us and contact us. Stop playing. Pull up,
Stop playing.
pull it up, pull up, pull up.
Pull up, man. Stop playing. Look, it's a great Wednesday. I didn't fumble the bag this time like last week.
Was it Monday?
I feel great. Okay. Look, this your boy Earn B, Steph the Oracle. Shout out to Andre Dirty Dre. You already know what it is. And Party J, aka Uncut Gems. Gems, you got anything for us next week? Any gems coming up? It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'll have some slated off, some new movies coming out. I'll have an old school throwback gem for an old movie. I'll have something lined up for us. Keep the people anticipated. Don't want to spoil anything, but I got you.
Next week we're gonna be talking about new highlights for the coming weeks. So it'll be exciting,
right?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'll dig some things up. I'll dig some cool things up.
And Jay, look, real quick, I surprised you with the picture of Lobo.
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us if you can find something. Let us know, man. I was excited when
like
I
I
saw
said,
that.
keep following us on X. I'm always retweeting and always commenting, posting new stuff on all the new leaks that come out, whether MCU, DCU, all new trailers that are coming out, little spotlights here and there. So follow us on X. I always got you guys. I've been up to date with all the little cool nidbits and tidbits and stuff like that. So keep an eye out on our page. I'm always got you guys covered.
Love it. Look, guys, sounds good. Steph, just want to make sure we're back to Tuesday.
We're back on Tuesday.
Back to Tuesday. See you guys next week, Tuesday. Love y'all. Love. Peace.
Take care. Night,
Bye,
y'all.
guys. Good night.